in your view, responsible?
Yeah, I mean, they're in oversight. They're responsible for everything that company does.
Yeah.
But the pipe that they put in the ground in San Bruno was substandard to 1956 standards when they put it in the ground in 1956.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of those guys are on the board today were on the board in 1956.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So that's why I say they're not responsible. They don't have a direct responsibility other than just a general oversight that any board of directors does.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Picker was really talking about culture of PG&E.
Okay.
And these people are still a representation of the past culture there.
Okay, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. So I guess the idea was perhaps a shakeup of the culture is necessary.
Yes, it always has been.
Yeah.
Understand, PG&E is a huge animal. It employs 70,000 people.
Yeah.
It's a culture that just does not change overnight. It's not a simple thing to do.
Yeah.
I can give you an example. I got an email from an executive in PG&E, and at the bottom of the email, it said, PG&E values your privacy and protect your information. For more details, go to this website, blah, blah, blah. And it gave the link.
Yeah.
I said, look, guys, why? I think right now in your position, safety is far more important than the privacy of my information. I think this thing ought to read, safety is the most important thing to us. We're your neighbors, something like that. And they all looked at me.
Address the current situation, right?
Yeah. And they looked at me and they went, wow, that you're right. That's so simple. 6 months later, they still hadn't changed it. And when I went back and said, hey, I thought you guys said you were going to change it. And I'm talking to the CEO. He said, yeah, we are. And I just got a brief on it. We have one more level of governance to go through before we can change it. I said, Tony, you got to be kidding me. Just tell them, do it, or I fire you, And so that's the kind of culture you're dealing with.
Yeah, okay. And I mean, how do you think that the current commission will deal with, I guess, the need on the one hand to hold PG&E responsible for some things, so, in the public eye and these sorts of things, and on the other hand, to make sure that, there is actual provision of energy for the customers, as in the utility doesn't go through bankruptcy and there's problems with energy supply. So how do you think that they'll walk that path?
Well, a couple of them will be totally ridiculous and unreasonable and give it the old off with their heads.
Okay, yeah.
Trip. And others will be more reserved, and there'll be a huge argument, and finally the Director of Safety and Enforcement will come in and rebrief them all on what happened in San Bruno.